Dr. White, you said that John chapter 1, or 1 John chapter 1, verses 1 and 2 refers to, quote, Jew and Gentile. Can you tell me where you see that in the text?
Actually, it's 1 John chapter 2, verses 1 and 2.
I'm sorry, 1 John chapter 2.
And that's the simple usage of a Jewish person and the consistent usage of the Apostle John in regards to the nature of defining the Greek term cosmos. As you know, John defines it, uses it in many, many different ways, and that is a consistent reading in light of John chapter 11 and numerous other passages in the Apostle John.
Do you know how many times the Bible uses the phrase Jew and Gentile?
Jew and Gentile?
Yes.
No, I don't think that it would necessarily always be Jew and Gentile. Sometimes it's Jew and Greek. Sometimes it's barbarian. There are actually a couple of different variants of that phrase.
All right. Are you aware of how many times the Bible uses either Jew and Greek or Jew and Gentile?
No, I've not counted the number of
There's
appearances.
three.
This
There's
word.
actually three of them. I would then again ask, so my question to you is that you don't see the words Jew and Gentile in this passage. You are interpreting the whole world as somehow being specified to be Jew and Gentile. Can you tell me the reason for that?
Yeah, like I just said, John is consistent with himself. Therefore, in Revelation chapter 5, when that same author writes that Jesus Christ, by his sacrifice, in John chapter 5, verse 9, and they sang a new song, saying, Worthy you to take the book and to break its seals, for you were slain and purchased for God with your blood men from every tribe and tongue and people and nation. And that same writer in John chapter 11 had likewise recorded these words of Caiaphas when he specifically says in verse 50, Nor do you take into account that it is expedient for you that one man die for the people and that the whole nation not perish. These particular passages then come together to explain John's usage of that term in 1 John 2:2. I think.
Well, would you say that the word world, as John uses it in the rest of his epistle, also refers to Jew and Gentile?
John uses the word world in at least 14 different ways between his gospel and his epistle. For example, in chapter 2, he will then say, do not love the world, nor the things of the world. That's obviously a different use of the term cosmos.
All right, so if you say that the whole world refers to Jew and Gentile, are there any other ethnic groups that would be included in that?
Well, for a Jew, you're either a Jew or a Gentile, so that's
right.
everybody.
So the answer is what?
That would be everybody.
Okay.
In other words,
so that would be the whole world, would it not?
Revelation chapter 5, men from every tribe, tongue, people, and nation.
Okay, so that's the whole world, is it not?
In categories, yes.
Okay, so really it's superfluous to say that it's Jew and Gentile because there's really no other ethnic groups that John would be talking about, is there?
No, it's not superfluous in referring to the extent and intention of the atonement, especially when that passage is utilized by individuals to attempt to say that the propitiation is in behalf of every single individual. It certainly was not under the Old Covenant, and to make that association under the New Covenant is
John doesn't deny that, does he?
I'm sorry?
John doesn't deny that, does he?
He certainly does. The very meaning of the word propitiation would turn John into a universalist if that were the understanding
Where
of the
does John say that the word propitiation does not apply to everyone in the world?
He doesn't, because he says the word world in a different way than you're using it.
Okay, so that's just your interpretation then.
Well, we all do interpret the text, hopefully consistently with the individual.
I just want to make it clear that the text itself doesn't say that that's your interpretation. Is that correct?
Just as your interpretation is that same thing, yes.
Okay, fine.